in the business, and also it was cause problems either in college as well. So please be honest. Honesty is a good thing. Honesty is a really, really good thing. So I advise you to be honest all the time. That's what I'm advising all the time for my students and also for my employees. Influencing others against superiors. There are some people with some negative vibes, and they think it's cool if they don't turn up in college. They think it's cool if they don't turn up at work. Rather than working, they go to do some parties on Facebook. You see the pictures, and they think it's cool, and they're influencing other people. Please don't do that. It's not good. It's not going to have a good effect on your life. And you're going to be surprised one day when you're asking your employer, "Oh, sir, I would like to have a raise on my salary. Sorry, what kind of new skills did you learn? And how many times you didn't turn up in the past few months?" So you're asking me to raise your salary, but at the same time, you're actually not cooperating with us properly. So very, very good point. Please be honest, punctual, and also don't influence other people. I mean, if you have somebody trying to influence you, stay away from them. There's no such thing as nerd. People who have low knowledge and silly people, they call other people nerd, who are actually putting so much time into learning things. You can see this in a lot of American films, that the kids or the students, they're calling each other nerd, and they think it's negative. No, it's not negative. The only one way you can achieve your goals if you focus on your targets. Don't follow sheeps, we talked about it. So actually influencing others against superiors would be don't follow sheeps. It's a very bad saying, but it's a true thing. You know, I'll tell you something about Portugal again, okay? Portugal was not good because it was really good. Somebody ended up in Portugal and he was lonely and said, guys, come over to Portugal, it's a really good place, come over. It's not, it's just shithole, I'm telling you. It's a really good place. They went over because this guy was lonely, not because Portugal was so good. Portugal is not giving you a TRC card over 1 year. Portugal is not providing you a TRC which is valid in all Europe, Schengen zone, only for travel. You know, we were talking about the residency card. This is, you know, it's insane that people with 2 degrees and diplomas, they go to Portugal to do dishwashing in a restaurant for 600 euros, and they end up there and they don't have the opportunity to improve. Anyway, back to the residence permit. Yeah, residence permit is a very important element of your life. You can lose your residence permit easily, but you can use your residence permit in a very, very valuable way as well. On your residence permit, there is certain information. If you're an employee, your employment designated employer name is there. That means you can only work for that employer only. The Schengen residence permit doesn't mean you can work in any Schengen country. You can only work in the designated country to the designated employer. Same thing with the student status. You can only study and you can only stay long-term in the one designated country. You can of course use it for up to 90 days of travel and visit other countries. But if you're missing from your work or either studies for more than 3 days without declaration when you will return, and without consulting your superiors, your residence permit will be withdrawn as non-valid. Doesn't matter you have the card. It doesn't matter if the employer will inform the immigration office, they have to seize the validity. That means if you're walking around the streets and police will stop you, we have a united system in the EU and also in the international electronic system. Nowadays the police is using an app on the phone, they screen your card, and if they see that it's not valid, they straight away will deport you. It's a very important thing to use your residence permit in the proper way. Consult with your employers or your college that you want to go for holiday. Tell them exactly in writing, if it's possible in email, that how long you want to go, when, and your employer or the college will reply saying, okay, you can go this and this and this time, because either we are very busy or either the college is having mandatory attendance during the semesters. So I'm advising you to take your breaks in the yearly holidays like Christmas holiday, spring holiday, or full summertime. So moving ahead, prior notifications, we talked about it. Please notify us notify the company or the college if you are intended to go for holidays, or if you're sick day before, 2 days before. We do not accept, and not just us, but healthy communities, they do not accept people calling sick the same morning. It's not acceptable. Why? Because the business will still go down, but if your employer can prepare, then your employer can call someone else to cover your shifts at work. Very important, because you will be working as part-time workers as well, besides the college. So everything what I say actually is in connection with all of our audience today. And it is very important if you are a consultant, it is very important that whatever we are talking about today, it is important to copy and paste this information for your future recruits, because these are the mandatory and these are the basics. I hope I'm not boring you guys. Phone? No phone? Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't ask for this, but if you have your phone on loud, please just put it on silence to make sure that it doesn't disturb anybody. Thank you very much. Let's plan together. That is a very important part as well. If you plan together with me, we will help you even to get another job, or to whatever is your issue, we will try to compensate it. Okay, salary for non-skilled people. You can see I showed you the chart before, but I just go quickly through. In Hungary and Germany, this is a low skilled, 450 to 650 in Hungary. I'm talking about cleaners, production line, assembling people, packaging people. So these are earning very, very low salary. There is always a possibility to improve to vocational, so get higher salaries. In Germany, this is a bit higher, but unfortunately in Germany your living costs are higher as well. Sometimes it costs 400 euros or 500 to rent a room itself. So salary for qualified vocationals, you can see the difference here. Actually, it's over 1,000 euros as employee. Self-employed, 1,250 to 2,500 euros. Quite nice salary. Imagine you're on your own and you are doing self-employment, you have no employees, but you make quite handsome money. If you are self-employed with 2 employees, 3,000 to 5,000, depending on your business, because obviously once you learn some skills, you can master your skills in vocational to become self-employed. So if you have 2 employees, you can earn this much, but you can even earn more, depending on the type of vocational you choose. It requires 2-year vocational qualification after 12 grades completed, and apprenticeship. Apprenticeship is provided by us. It's a 2 years apprenticeship. It's full-time work, and we are actually changing your status for free from students to working. It's very important. If you are staying with our apprenticeship program, we change your status for free, and also it is very important that you are actually earning within the apprenticeship full-time salary. So your salary will be starting around 1,000 euros in your vocational field, rather than making no money anywhere with your high education. Germany is similar completely, but you need to, in order to qualify for German career, you need to complete the apprenticeship with us, plus German language course we provide. We provide you free German language course, or any European language course, any European spoken language as part of your program. So if you're choosing us to go forward and move forward with your career, we take care of you and we'll take care of your future also. So we help you to improve, and we also help you to have a third language, which is such a great thing. If you want to go to Italy, I will see into our database. Yes, we have some employers in Italy. Let's move on. And we have also, again, free consultancy to change your status to Italy or Germany or other chosen country. If you are moving out from our program and you decide yourself to use this vocational and apprenticeship program to choose your employer by yourself, unfortunately we cannot do free consultancy to you, but we can make an offer in order to help you with the paperwork. But otherwise you will be bound to do your tasks yourself in order to seek for an employer after 4 years and do the necessary documents. I don't want to go deep into the higher education, because as you can see, salary is very near to the non-skilled one. It stayed the same in most of the places. In Germany, it's a lot higher, but you need a relevant high level of German skills. And there is actually so many people available for these positions. As I mentioned, 30, 40 people are available for these higher educated positions. That's why they're not going to increase the salaries in this sector. Why would they increase? I'm a firm. Let's say I'm a whatever, law firm. I can swim between a lot of lawyers, young, energetic lawyers, and I can choose anybody I want, because everybody wanted to have higher education in the past 30 years. So therefore salaries are not going to go up. Not much. Unless you work for your own company or your parents' company. Okay. I'm not going to go through the positions, because I will provide new updates for the positions available. We had some logistic and other companies, passive manufacturing companies, with some positions straight away for workers, but I would like to skip this part because most of them are not available now. Okay, so because it's a few months ago I created most of this presentation, so some of them are already fulfilled. But the very important part is the 20 days paid holiday every year. That means if you work in Hungary, similar thing applies to other European Union countries and most of the good standard countries. Every single month you work, you generate 1.6 days of holidays, paid holidays. I'll give you a quick calculation. So if you work 5 months, you have 8 days of paid holidays. So let's say you start in January, but in January you tell your employer, in summertime maybe June, July, I would like to go for holiday. Then your employer looks at the plan and he says, sorry, I would advise you maybe to go end of May because we are too busy in June, July. Then you will plan your holiday, and according to that, you will have 5 months full work. That means you will have 8 days, 8 days of holidays paid. You can go for 10 days if you want, but 8 days will be paid from that 10 days. Very important, okay? European permanent residency after 5 years. There's a possibility to apply for European permanent residency in also Hungary. I have some friends who actually gained permanent residency and citizenship after 8 years in Hungary. It's not guaranteed you will get it after 5 years. It's not all the country is guaranteed, but you can reapply every year. And when the government will consider that you are a good employee and you pay tax, you are a good part of the economy, then they will definitely contribute to you by giving you a permanent residency, PR. So, German working possibility. I want to highlight this, not only German working possibility, any European country working possibility. Canada, Australia also involved in it. Once we establish some contacts with some employees in Canada. So we have working possibility after 1 year of working with us as after apprenticeship. It's a very good opportunity, isn't it? It's better than what we expected.
Obviously.
Better. I know, because we were about to talk only LIA College, but the program of LIA College and EU Studies is covering all your covers, everything. Technically, you have a full support from us. Talking about LIA College a little bit, we are 19 years of reputation in the European market. This year, it will be 20 years. Also, we have internationally accepted vocational diplomas, and also we are international training, language training center at the same time. And we have average 2 years diplomas with 2 years apprentice programs. So it's a 4-year program. You only pay for 2 years, for the first 2 years. The second 2 years will be work. And at the end of the second 2 years, you will receive your free chosen European language as an intensive 3 months of language course in order to upgrade your language knowledge, to choose the right way to go. So it's free. And also the change between the 2 years education and the 2 years apprenticeship program is also free. Very important. Finally, but not the end of the presentation. Sorry. Something is not. Oh no. Europass certificates. Very important to know about Europass certificates. They're accepted with no question in any European country, and also in 99% of the international countries as well, because all the European education are more likely accepted in the world than any other let's say Asian educations. Vision of Leo College. You can see this small country in the middle of Europe. That's actually the heart of Europe. And you know that. Have you heard about heart chakra? Do you know what is heart chakra? Chakra.
Yes, circle.
Yes, it's a energetic. Hungary is an energetic center for Europe. By, of course, by the Hindi and by the whole concept of Buddhism and Krishnaism and all these religions. We are a heart chakra, and actually we have a beautiful Krishna Valley in Hungary. I don't know if it was in the videos, was it? We have a Krishna Valley. Hungarian people turned into Krishna, and they are living and making their own food, same like in the old times. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Yeah. So it's a very nice thing. So we would like to serve the European worldwide market with first-class vocational certificate holders, openly recruit international students to gain career opportunities in Europe and worldwide. The LIA career is made of 3 steps, as I mentioned, but I think you already know, but I would like to just summarize it. First step in the LIA career number 1 is 2 years study, part-time work available. Part-time work will be provided. Okay, and another thing, when you're preparing your file to the embassy, you need to present some financials. You need to show that your parents, somebody from the family is supporting you, in order to show the government that you are self-sufficient and you will not depend on the Hungarian government while you're studying. Very important, but at the same time, because this company and this companionship is providing you part-time work, we will issue that on your college acceptance letter or behalf of the college acceptance letter. In an additional paperwork, we will make a declaration that we are providing you this part-time work, and please consider this as a potential earning on arrival in about 300 euros income every month. Every year, it's going to be 840,000 euros for it, certified by the company towards the cost of your living. So that means if the ambassador and the consular will look at your case, and the immigration officer is looking at your case in Hungary, they will say, wow, this guy has a support from the family and also has instant support from the Hungarian side. That means he has more financial incomings and he can support himself or herself better. Sounds good?
Yeah.
Sounds really good. Happy to open self-employment in Hungary. This is the final step. Okay, so 2 years apprenticeship with one of our company, Hungary, full-time work. Obviously, you will work for 2 years. You will be happy out. You can spend some of your money on your holidays, and you will get your free German or whatever class, language class you desire. Then, if you want to stay with the company because you're happy, you don't want to take too much responsibilities, opening your own business or moving to a different country, because you already made friends. 4 years is a long time. You already made friends. You're stable. You are happy with what you have. You can stay with the company, or you can request us to help you to open a self-employment basis and continue your residency status based on the self-employment basis. Or second, LIA college career, 2 years study part-time. It's the same until the third level. It's all the same, but the difference is happy to move to other EU, Canada, Australia with one of our partner company for full-time employment. Sounds good? Sounds good. And they accept your diplomas. They accept it, and you will work for really, really handsome money. That's what we want. And also, nobody will stop you to be a business person out of this vocational after, because every single program is including entrepreneurship. That means you are going to study calculations for the business, not only the practical part, calculations how to open your business, calculations and also a possibility to employ other people, so enroll people into your company. It's a full package for you. Your courses. At the moment we have 4 courses, but there is more coming. We have a beautician course, 2 years course, earning after graduation minimum 1,000 euros in Hungary or 1,800 euros in Germany. This is not just only a basic beautician course. You will be able to open your beauty parlor according to the European or international standards. Very important. You can employ later on other beauticians as well. So it's a full program. Computer repair maintenance, 2 years course, earning after graduation 1,000. These are general information. Of course, you can become an employee, but you can become an employer later on. This concept applies to all of our program. Waitress, waiter. If you want to become a waitress, waiter, but later opening a restaurant, please do apply for this. This is not just a waitress, waiter course. This program will teach you how to cook different dishes according to the European standards, how to offer wine from the different wine sectors to the actual food that you're serving, and how to open your own business, how to enroll people into it, how to manage them, how to write a CV. These all included in all the courses. I'm just repeating this to you because it's a very core information that you need to remember, that this is an entrepreneurship program, not only a physical working training. Software developer, same thing. I don't know much about software development, but obviously the difference in between the two, you know yourself. The hardware maintenance is going to physically put things install things into the computer. The software developer is actually doing the programming. Software, everything is in it. All courses are including part-time jobs, career possibility, and it is mandatory to take apprenticeship with full-time work, full-time salary in order to qualify for full German, free German language training or Canadian worldwide career. Of course, I'm talking about EU as well. European permanent residency after 5 years is staying in Hungary, and European working possibility after 2 years apprenticeship, full-time work with full-time salary. It's a good package for you, and now you can see the future. You can start using your cute brain cells to calculate how much you're investing today into your education and how much slowly you're getting back and back and back. Application, please apply with your credit education or your local consultant. If you're coming from a sub-consultant, please apply through them. If not, apply with credit education. I give you a different one, but I think it doesn't really apply to you. It will most likely apply to subcontractors, but I'll give you a short about it, a short version of presentation about it. If you know any high-end friends with businesses, then please introduce this program to them. It's an exclusive residency bond program. The price is 240,000 euros, and unlimited residency for full family, EU citizenship for full family, free movement and business or other options within Europe Union, no work student or other residency required to become European citizen. In this program, Prashant, you don't need to pay any tax. Nothing. You pay this to the Slovakian government through us, because we are the exclusive consultant for this program for the Asian sector, especially India and Nepal and Pakistan. Technically what happens is the family pays to the Slovakian government 240,000 euros, and the return is only 15,000. They technically purchase the right to stay in PR, and after that citizenship. It's only 6 weeks.
Okay.
They do this program in 6 weeks, and then the head of the family can travel to Slovakia. They finalize the documents and they complete the paperwork for the rest of the family members as well. Children can only be considered up to 18 years of age. Anybody above 18 years of age, you're not children. So they're not dependent technically. So it's a really good program, and I would encourage you to bring this program into some high-end
Corporate level.
corporate level. Yeah,
Want
absolutely.
to migrate.
Absolutely. You get your residency status in Slovakia, straight away you can go to Germany or other good standard countries. And I'm a resident in Slovakia. I need a tax number, insurance number, straight away. I give it to you. Of course, there's some certain conditions to meet, and you can open your own business, or you can even enroll yourself into employment in any country.
EU regulation rules are same.
Same. So it's like me. I can go with my Hungarian citizenship. I can go to Germany tomorrow, and I can go to the office and say I rent a house or apartment. I get a contract, so I have a proof of address. I walk with my passport and my proof of address to the local tax office, open a tax number, insurance number, then I can start working. This thing enables you to do the same thing. Also, if you participate in the program of the college and you become permanent resident in Europe, you can do the same thing. Once you're permanent resident in Europe, you can go to any country, wherever you want, and open your tax number, insurance number, and start working instantly. Very important. And we are helping you in that. And I think that was, apply here, public education, your local consultant. This is the end of my presentation on the slides, but not the end of my presentation in terms of what are the key elements to apply. What am I giving you as a suggestion to when you're applying? Smile is very important. Anybody who smiles are accepted really, really quickly. If you go to the consulate and you have your interview and you smile, that shows confidence. Also, confidence is always coming from education, meaning that you will study the college booklet, you can answer all the questions, you study your accommodation details, you study the college program, and you actually give them a good reason why you want to apply for this program. In this case, if the consulate would ask me, Janos, why did you apply for the college program? I would say, it's very easy. I wanted to be always having a restaurant, so I want to apply for a waitress course. They provide me full entrepreneurship, and also this particular vocational profession is missing from the Hungarian market. It is lacking. Leo College showed me that which kind of vocationals are missing from the Hungarian market. So, by statistics, Hungarian market and European market requires vocational certificate holders. And this is a good answer for them. They will say, yeah, you're right, you applied to the right place and in the right time. Because if you applied 15 years ago, you're still obviously a child. But if you applied 15 years ago, then this opportunity is not there for you because everything is okay, stable in the whole market. So smile confidence. The confidence always comes from your preparation. Prepare yourself properly. Watch some YouTube videos. Also, if you would say a couple of Hungarian words at the interview, that would melt the heart of the consulate. Definitely prepare yourself with some Hungarian word. At least introduce yourself in Hungarian. Google Translator is giving you the chance to read and write and also listen to how to say different words. But YouTube also have a very wide range of basic and middle and high end of language trainings. So I would recommend you to do that. It's not just good for the interview to pass, but it's also good for you to in future to cooperate with your college or your employer or even your friends. If you wanna, if you fancy a Hungarian guy or if you fancy a Hungarian lady and you want to make contact with them because you want to make friends, a lot of friends around your area, it is crucial to speak local language. I know English is very good, but local language is also surprising for people. It would surprise me as well if you would speak some Hungarian language besides your English. Also, these programs are in Hungarian language, so you will be learning Hungarian language as a core language to study the modules. I would like to conclude my speech with these few sentences. So please, if you have any questions, please address it to me now, and I would answer it to you by the best of my knowledge. So do you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen?
केही छैन भन्दा हुन्छ आफ्नो लागेको कुरा भन्दा हुन्छ कि किन युरोपियन मार्केटको लागि पढ्न मात्रै जाने हाम्रो इन्टेन्सन होइन नि त फर बेटर लाइफ बेटर अर्निङ्स होइन भोलि त्यहाँ पढेको चिज इन्टरनेसनली काम लागोस् त्यो पनि हो त्यसले गर्दा बुझ्न जरुरी छ तपाईँको मनमा लागेको कुरा जस्तै अब कति कन्सल्टेन्टहरूसँग भेट्नुहुन्छ होइन उनीहरूको हरेक कन्सल्टेन्सीको एउटा एउटा कुरा हुन्छ र आज हाम्रो अगाडि यस्तै कन्सल्टेन्टकै अब यस्तो इन्फर्मेसन दिनको लागि रिप्रेजेन्ट आएको कारणले गर्दा तपाईँलाई युको रुल्सहरू यो पछि के कति पैसा लाग्ने के गर्ने त्यो मनमा लागेको कुरा चाहिँ फिल फ्री सोध्नै पर्छ यस्तो एनीवन
Can you explain one more time the courses?
Okay, yeah, I can absolutely. And also, the more the question you have, the more the answers and information I can give you, and that will be useful for your interview. So it is very important to ask me the questions. Whichever I didn't cover in this presentation will be covered in the answer straight away.
And Hungary is the one country now who provides permanent residency after one who work for 5 years legally.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to have your good history. So we have beautician, computer repair and maintenance. Take a snapshot with your phone if you want. You want to take a snapshot. What questions do you have regarding to these courses?
There is only 4 courses.
At the moment we have we have more than 20 courses, but the 20 courses are Hungarian people are studying in the 20 courses. And we are only offering 4 courses at the moment for international. But for the September intake, we are generating more courses. And Mr. Prashant and Mr. Bima's team will provide you the remaining courses which will be implemented for international. The key thing to know about the LEA College is that we are offering this international opportunity from now on to students. So we will be choosing 4, which is the most important, and we will add more and more and more. We will add carpentry, construction professionalism, we will add electricians, we will add mechanics, we will add everything which is missing from the economy at the moment. Okay, thank you.
One thing I would like to elaborate in Nepali, हामीले अघि नै भनिसक्यौं कि हामीले चाहिँ आज लिया कलेजले एकाडेमिक डिग्री चाहिँ हामीले प्रमोट गर्न खोजेका होइन किन एकाडेमिक डिग्री भनेको बीबीए बीएचएम आईटी हरू भनेको त्यो एकाडेमिक प्रोग्राम हो मान्छे जान्छन् पढ्छन् तर आफ्टर 4 वर्षपछि आफ्टर 4 years while completing your graduation there are so many numbers of applicants in the market and the positions are really few.
Yeah, that's true.
And Germany, I have a experience in Germany that once a student passed his 3 to 4 years of academic bachelor's degree, he is eligible to apply for a job seeker's visa.
Yes, you are.
But Germany is the widest range of opportunity for international students. So in a year there are more than 10,000 of graduate from Germany. So where they gonna accommodate?
You remember Miss Merkel said that before a few years ago. She's the Prime Minister of Germany. She mentioned that we need to let in people in order to fill the places, but there was a mistake. There was a mistake with the 200,000 people illegally let in, and also mistake with the education system, because they are only educating for hire. And the German market also requires vocationals. There was a mistake, and those 200,000 people, they don't want to do any courses. They just want to live on the favor of the German social welfare system, you know. So it's also important.
Local market, but human resources are used by European Union.
You actually get your certificates after 2 years. You are okay to work, but you only qualify for the free German or other European language classes if you do the 2 years apprenticeship. And we have a contract with all the employers in Hungary that we are promising them whoever is completing their education in our institute, They will be working there to get experience, but this experience gaining is for full-time money, for full-time salary. So it's a good opportunity for you.
I have witnessed, it literally takes me 1 week to get an appointment for a hair cutting, in Germany.
Yes, because there is not enough haircutters. You know how much they charge for a haircut?
30
Okay.
euro.
How much? 30. Okay, let's charge only 10. Okay, you are a hairstylist, and you do men haircuts, 10 euros per haircut. You can do 5 in an hour. Huh? 50 euros. And you only, let's say you work only 4 or 5 hours, because the rest of your duties are cleaning the place, preparing the place, ordering some special materials, etc. A lot of money. If you're self-employed, if you're employed with some of the beauty salons, you also make 8 to 10 hour, 10 euros per hour, which is still great.
More, I guess.
Even more. Less. Prashant, I always like to have a surprise for the people rather than
In that part,
yes. If I say lower and it happens that they get more, that is an extra bonus, isn't it? So let's say you are a beautician, okay? You do these eyelashes, beautiful eyelashes. Yeah, ladies. How much is it? What do you think for an eyelash? 20 fucking euros. Sorry for my bad language, but it's a waste of money. Okay, you're beautiful. You're more beautiful about it. Yeah, I love beautiful ladies with nice eyelashes. But when a man has to pay from the pocket, for the lady, it's a lot of money all the time. Every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 20 euro for this, 20 euro for the lips, 20 euro for 20 euro, and it takes only 15 minutes to do them. Yeah, a lot of money they earn. So waiter, waitress, we have seasonal work sometimes in the Lake Balaton. By the way, the Lake Balaton was advertised in this video, I think. It's the 100 kilometers long lake. And it's the biggest lake in Europe, Middle Europe, and it's a very, very energetic place. A lot of people visiting, a lot of businesses are there, restaurants.
Lake of minerals.
Yes, and besides that, Havis is the lake of minerals. Beside the Balaton, there is a city called Havis, about 2 kilometers, 10-15 kilometers, and that's the biggest lake in the whole world with mineral water. People just freely walk into it. I mean, they pay the price, but you can freely walk in and out. It's like a natural lake. It's surrounded with some infrastructure. Okay, so if you're a waiter, only waiter, you go to the Lake Balaton, or you're employed with any of the good restaurants in Budapest. You are making more than 1,000 euros. What else do you need? Living standard is great in Hungary. You have a cheaper accommodation, you have beautiful lifestyle, you have beautiful people as well. You have beautiful, not like me, I'm a little bit, I need to pass some weight, but I'll be fine in a few months anyways. I was just working too hard on this project, so I was not able to do my fitness. Sorry about that. Anyway, so the thing is, there is so much opportunities for you when you're having your skills, but you have to work for it. You need to work for it. And please do. Because I want to see you in Hungary and I want to shake hands. Congratulations for completing your career. How much are you making? I make a nice handsome 1,200 euros as a waiter. Wow. That's really good. That's 400,000 foreign. That's how many rupees? A lot of rupees, yeah? So you can make the money back what you invested in 1 or 2 years. Brilliant. And while you are actually studying, you still make money. You still finance your living standards. So it's a very important thing to see the future, and it's very important to actually prepare yourself, please. And everything what was said is information for you to provide a good interview, because you don't want to make interview on false information, not necessary. Just follow whatever we are talking about. Follow that. Yeah. Why do you want to go to Hungary? Because the Hungarian economy requires vocational certificate holders, and I would like to study 2 years at least, and we'll see for a few years I want to work there. As long as possible. Very good. Don't tell them that you want to apply for the permanent residency, etc. Don't tell them. They're not up for that. We will sort it out for you. But talk about your short goals. 2 years program, study, work, and then you will be part of the economy in terms of vocational. Yeah. Do you have any more questions?
थोरै म अलिकति इलाबोरेट गरिदिन्छु कि आजको 10 वर्ष अगाडिसम्म चाहिँ के ट्रेन्ड थियो भने युरोपमा अमेरिकामा गएर हाई डिग्री लिउँ एउटा ब्याचलर ग्रेजुएट हुँ त्यसपछि मार्केटमा जाउँ भन्ने थियो अब के भयो भन्दा वर्ल्डमा माइग्रेसन एकदमै बेसी भयो अब अमेरिकामा पनि अहिले सबभन्दा बेसी माइग्रेट भएका भनेको बङ्गलादेशी पाकिस्तानी इन्डियन नेपाली फिलिपिनी भियतनामी उनीहरूको मेक्सिको त्यो ल्याटिनहरूको प्रब्लमै छ त्यसले गर्दा वर्षमा 10,000 जना पास हुन्छन् त्यो 10,000 जना कहाँ अकोमोडेट गर्न सक्छ कम्पनीले अनि त्यहाँ सर्टेज कम्प्युटर बनाउने मान्छे छैन मोबाइल बनाउने मान्छे छैन ब्युटिसियनहरू कम छ अपोइन्टमेन्ट एक हप्ताबाट लिनुपर्छ त्यसले गर्दा यो कन्ट्रीहरूले चाहिँ के गर्यो भन्दा अब चाहिँ हामीलाई हाई स्किल्डमा भन्दा पनि भोकेसनलमा चाहियो कि डेली निड्स त गर्नु पर्यो नि घरको बाथरुम बिग्रेला तपाईँ आफै बस्ने फ्लोरको पाइपलाइन बिग्रेला चाहियो त मान्छे होइन प्लम्बर चाहियो कार्पेन्टर चाहियो मान्छेहरू आफैले बनाउँछन् यहाँ जस्तो हामीले हायर गर्ने पनि होइन त्यो खालको भोकेसनल ट्रेनिङ गभर्मेन्टले दिन्छ कि ताकि ऊ भोलि स्किल जब नपाए पनि त्यसले आफ्नो चाहिँ लिभलिहुड इन्हान्स चाहिँ गर्न सकोस् त्यो मोड्युलमा चाहिँ हामीले यो कोर्स तयार गरेको ताकि तपाईँले फेरि यहाँबाट म ब्याचलर पढ्न जाने त्यहाँ गएर त्यसो गर्ने त्यो होइन हाम्रो टार्गेट 12 पास गरेपछि जस्तो हाम्रो सिटिबिटी हाम्रो नेपाल सरकारले राखेको छ नि सेन्ट्रल एजुकेसन फर भोकेसनल ट्रेनिङ भन्ने सिटिबिटीको एम पनि के थियो भन्दा जोसँग पुँजी हुँदैन जोसँग थोरै पुँजी हुन्छ त्यो चाहिँ एउटा सेल्फ इन्टरप्रेनर बन्छ भन्ने हिसाबले 3 इयर्सको डिप्लोमा प्रोग्रामहरू लन्च गरेको ताकि सानो 2-5 लाखले पनि उसले एउटा व्यवसाय गर्न अनि लोकल डिग्री 2टा डिग्री होल्ड गरेर लोकल मार्केटमा लेबर भएर ऊ काम गर्नुपर्छ
You mentioned about
yes, holding a 2 degree after completing bachelor degree. Position are empty. So
yeah.
what is the main?
You mentioned about tourism as well, yeah?
Yes.
We actually have vocational training for tourism as well. We will have that also.
म आफै पनि कुनै समयमा एउटा स्टुडेन्ट लाइफ बिताएको कारणले हैन 10-15 वर्ष अगाडि हैन युकेमा मैले आफूले पनि त्यस्तो दुःख भाडा डिसवासिङ गरियो केएफसीमा मासु मोलियो राति 2-2.5 घण्टा पत्रिका 22 वटा स्लटमा हालियो त्यतिसम्म दुःख गरियो किन ट्युसन फी पनि फ्री धेरै थियो काम गर्नु पर्थ्यो घरबाट हाम्रो स्थिति त्यो छैन कि घरबाट 20 लाख रुपैयाँ तिर्ने हैन त्यो चाहिँ अहिले छैन किन युरोपले ढोका खोलिदियो सस्तोमा मान्छेले पढ्न सक्छ नेपालमा पनि त पढ्नको लागि खर्च छ त एउटा नर्मल विद्यार्थीलाई 5 लाख रुपैयाँ खर्च त छ नि 1 वर्षको कोर्स गर्नलाई भनेपछि हामीले त्यो पैसामा त भोलि त्यहाँ इम्प्लोयमेन्ट पनि पाइयो पैसा इन्कम पनि भयो अरु भन्दा नि कल्चर एक्सचेन्ज एक्सपोजर युरोपको एउटा हैन प्रोफाइल भिसा मान्छेको कल्चर एक्सचेन्ज हुन्छ उसले धेरै वाइडन तरिकाले बुझ्छ लाइफस्टाइल त्यो पनि मेन अब्जेक्टिभ हो यो त्यही भएर वर्ल्डमा अहिले पढ्ने ट्रेन्ड हटिसक्यो के अब युरोपियनहरु हंगेरियनहरु जर्मनहरु किन पढ्ने 12 पाससम्म गभर्नमेन्टले पढाइदिन्छ त्यसपछि भोकेसनल ट्रेनिङ गरेर कमाउन थाल्छ अब उनीहरुले अहिले मान्छे त्यहाँ पढ्ने नभएर एशियन मार्केटबाट चाहिँ स्कलरशिप फ्रीमा आइज पढ्न भनेर दिइराछ ताकि
yeah they want to offer so much opportunities but they're never going to tell you what you can do and give you a career. It's a good thing, okay, most of the universities, yeah, they're attracting students for their programs, but at the same time they're not going to show you an employer, oh that's the employer you can go to work with. No, you are going to be a free swimmer, a freelancer. That means, as you mentioned KFC and stuff, yeah, the 2 degrees, yeah. So I understood some of your speech, Mr. Prashant. Yeah, you go to KFC and you go to McDonald's and you go to low-level job even you have over 2 degrees. Is it good? That's why you studied. Is that why that's why you are studying? To go and work for some massive franchise companies for low money? No. That's not the case.
If I got this kind of opportunity a decade ago,
many years back, you go with that.
Yeah, obviously I would
be. You could be probably a huge construction company owner.
Yes, owner.
Get your, start. You know how it works. You start building some walls, plastering, painting, etc. You start building a couple of things yourself, and then you get your experience. Okay, now I'm moving to employing people. I'm teaching them how to do it. And also, of course, employing those who are having the right certificates. And then you grow and you grow and you grow and you grow. and you end up a millionaire construction company owner, or a millionaire beauty parlor owner, or not just one beauty parlor owner, let's say a franchise beauty parlor owner. It is possible. Absolutely. This guy, Jasbir Singh, he's from Punjab. This guy arrived to Hungary in 2018, and he became employee of Brill Cleaning Team KFD. He was working as a cleaner, but he was hiding his skills. We trained him, we gave him opportunities, and now he's working as apprentice for this company, what is it, Viltech KFD. One of the largest electrical installation company. They are doing residential and office and industrial installation of electrical systems. Now he's a valuable asset to the company, and also he's a valuable asset to his family. Why? Because he's making over 1,000 euros. Thank you very much for Jasbir Singh to be patient and coming to Hungary as low level, but upgrading skills in 9 courses are making you a success. So,
हामी यहाँ कति छ नि हाम्रो घरको सिपियु बिग्रियो भने अभियसली हामी आफै हेर्छौँ युट्युबदेखि हेरेर जसरी कस पार्ने जति हामी टेक्निकल छौँ क्या हामी तर हामीलाई चाहिँ अलिकति राइट प्लेटफर्म भयो भने लेबर मार्केटमा थन्केर बस्नु जरुरी छैन जस्तै कस्तो विडम्बना छ यु नो द्याट है जति पनि युरोप जान्छन् विद्यार्थी ब्याचलर पढ्न 1 वर्षमा भागेर पोर्चुगल जान्छन् 1 वर्षको उसको भिसा 365 को अरु युरोपियन युनियनको भिसै छ अब पोर्चुगल गएर सोसल हालेपछि के भयो यताको भिसा क्यान्सल भयो अब 6 महिना लाग्ला 1 वर्ष लाग्ला 2 वर्ष लाग्ला त्यसको के आशा आउनको लागि त्यो भन्दा अगाडि लिभलिहुडको कुरा त छ नि भोक त लाग्छ खाना त पर्यो सुत्न पर्यो अनि के गर्ने त भन्दा चिनेको नेपालीहरु छ भने नेपालीको रेस्टुरेन्टहरुमा किचनमा काम गर्ने प्याज काट्ने सफा गर्ने किन बाहिर काम गर्न पाउँदैन बोर्डर एजेन्सीहरुको मान्छेहरु घुमिरा हुन्छ भोलि चेकिङमा पर्यो भने त्यो जागिर दिने मान्छे गयो हामीलाई पनि रिपोर्ट गर्छ त्यो चीज हो तर त्यसरी लोकल मार्केटमा काम गर्नु भन्दा त आखिर त्यहाँ कमाउने पनि 4-500 नै हो यहाँ पढाइ पनि आछ 4-500 पनि मान्छेले कमाछ भनेपछि त एकैचोटि दुईटा स्किल आयो त एउटा भोकेसनल ट्रेनिङ भयो एउटा चाहिँ लिभलिहुड कसरी इन्हान्स गर्ने भन्ने पनि भयो त्यति भएपछि भोलि इन्टरनेशनल मार्केटमा त आरामले एउटा सानो 200 स्क्वायर फिटको सानो कबल खोलेर गरा छैनन् अहिले इन्डियनहरुले गरिरहेछन् बंगलादेशीहरुले गरिरहेछन् गराछन् त्यही बाटोमा बसेर मोबाइल रिपेयरिङ मोबाइल कभरहरु हाल्ने हार्डवेयरहरु बनाउने सानोमा नेल आर्टहरु ब्युटिशियनहरुको हैन यताउति कस्तो डिमान्ड छ के तर त्यो मार्केटमा गर्न पाइयो भने हामीलाई त्यो रेस्टुरेन्टको हेल्पर भएर किचन हेल्पर भएर गर्न पनि जरुरी छैन अहिले अधिकांश हाम्रो नेपाली दाजुभाइहरु पोर्चुगलमा गर्ने भनेको त्यही किचन हेल्पर त्यही पनि हामी यहाँ तेस्रो नागरिक हो पहिला त युरोपियन युनियनले हामीलाई दिने प्रायोरिटाइज गर्ने भनेको त उसैको सिटिजनलाई त्यसपछि बल्ल युरोपियन युनियनका इए कन्ट्रीजहरुकालाई प्रायोरिटाइज गर्छ अनि रहेको चाहिँ चाइनिज भियतनामीजहरु यिनीहरु छोडेपछि बल्ल हामी हो अझै भियतनामीजहरु त तपाईको आधा पैसामा काम गर्दिन्छ सबै उनीहरुलाई हायर गर्छ हामीलाई पनि त्यही हो नि मेरोमा अहिले 20000 खानुहुन्छ बहिनीले कोही आएर म 10000 मा यतिकै पोटेन्शियल भएको बहिनीले काम गर्छु भने त अभियसली आई वुड गो फर दैट अप्सन त्यही छ वर्ल्ड मार्केटमा त्यही भएर भोलि पढाइ सक्दाकै हातमा सर्टिफिकेट भयो भने त मान्छेले जे पनि गर्न सक्यो नि यहाँ 10-20 लाख रुपैयाँ हाम्रो नेपालबाट लिएर गयो भने एउटा सानो केबाब पसल ब्युटिशियन नेल आर्ट गर्न सकियो अघि भने नि सेल्फ एन्टरप्रेन्योर भएर आफैले काम गर्यो भने पनि 2 देखि 3500 युरोसम्म कमाउने भनेको त्यो चीज त्यसरी चाहिँ ग्रोथ हुनु पर्यो अब ठुलो सपना देखेर गएकै वर्षमा 15 लाख 20 लाख घर पठाउँछु भनेर त्यो सोच्नुहुन्छ भने त यो एउटा चाहिँ धोका नै हुन्छ जेनरली पैसा कमाउनु त्यति सजिलो छैन के हामी कति मेहनत गर्छौं हामी कति हैन हामी 12-13 घण्टा हामी काम गर्छौं किन हामीलाई बानी छ म 16 घण्टासम्म काम गर्ने ट्युसन फी तिर्नलाई बाहिर म त्यहाँ 12 घण्टा गरेछु आरामले मलाई केही प्रब्लम छैन
I want to show you a few pictures. Yeah, I was teaching these guys. These are Indian guys, and one Nepalese guy, Suraj. He was actually recruited by your company, and I was teaching them how to do ceilings, this kind of gypsum ceilings. And this is the team: Suraj, Gurpreet Singh, Ankush, Harish Kumar, and me. I was there and doing the job with my bare hands. So I can show you that how to do things to get a success, because I'm not just talking. I'm just sitting in the office. I can physically show you how to achieve your goals. You can see that here. This guy did a really good job with my supervision and with my teaching. This ceiling was down here on this line, and we lifted the whole ceiling. We actually created the whole ceiling ourselves. And you can see the amount of job we did in this house. We built this house. Our company built this house. So, just showing you that how it is in reality. And they're happy. It's only like Lego. Children like playing Lego, yeah? It's a bit bigger Lego. We get stronger. If you shake my hand, you feel that it's not an office hand. But I'm very happy that I can do these skills. I'm happy that I can do more skills. Some people are ashamed that, oh, I did this and that job, I don't want to tell my family. No, tell your family, because they'll be proud of you. Because the more the knowledge you have, the more valuable person you are. The more valuable. Let's go, move ahead.
सबै चिज पाउँछ हैन भाटपट्टि जस्तै अब यसको लागि जे पनि च्यानलदेखि लिएर सजिलो के
Look, they are very happy.
टुल्सहरु नि
Yeah, she's taking the photo.
टुल्स चाहिँ चाहियो के केही गर्नको लागि अब सबै इक्विप भएपछि सजिलो त हामीले पनि थोरै 2 घण्टा यसो प्र्याक्टिस गरेर पनि हामीले आफ्नो गर्न सकिन्छ तर हामीका के छ भन्दा रिसोर्सेस छैन
Lack of materials.
Okay, another one. Your brother is there. Himal.
अब एउटा रङ लाउनु पर्यो हामीले मान्छे हायर गर्छौँ यहाँ हैन
Okay, this was a family day. This was a family day in a herbal manufacturing company. Okay. Again, your man Hamish and Himal, BK, your brother, he's there. I was cooking for the whole crowd Hungarian goulash. You saw the Hungarian goulash in the videos, yeah? I cook the best goulash. Imagine my first qualification. I'm a chef.
Wow.
I'm a chef, and then I moved on to other fields as well. I have a lot of knowledge about construction, chefing, cooking, dealing with nice people, talking to nice people, having a conversation about how we can achieve our goals. Yes, we can. You can see that. Everybody's happy. I have a little bit of suntan as well. So I'm kind of coming from India or Nepal as well. So we didn't have a really good one. I have more videos as well, but I don't know. This afternoon is getting late already. But we have more videos when Himal and the other guys they were dancing around and enjoying, and they were actually playing some local Nepali songs. So it was good. It was a family day. Company organized a family day. Really important. The company wanted to maintain the relationship in between the foreign workers and the Hungarian workers. So they organized a family day when we had food, chill out, talk, dance and cooking and everything. So, welcome to Hungary.
अलिकति हामीले चाहिँ पहिला सोचेको चाहिँ भएन कि आफू पनि त्यहाँ जाँदाखेरि आफ्नो पनि केही पोटेन्सियल क्रेडेन्सियल भएर जानु पर्यो कि नभए खालि एउटा माइग्रेन्ट मात्रै हुन्छ कि आउने अनि सबैको नजरमा के हुन्छ नि एसियन यसरी आशा हाम्रो देशमा बस्छ तर स्किलले गर्न बस्यो भने चाहिँ भोलि पैसा कमाउनु त्यसरी हो यार त्यो भाँडा माझेर प्याज काटेर कति कमाइन्छ हामी नेपाल आउनु पर्यो उता छोडेर त्यतिखेर त्यो अपर्च्युनिटी कसै केही भइदिएको भए अभियसली होइन अहिले ड्राइभिङ इन्स्टिट्युटहरू खोलेर केही गर्न बसिन्थ्यो हामी पछि गएकोहरू चाहिँ अब अहिले ड्राइभिङ इन्स्टिट्युटहरू लन्डनमा है ड्राइभिङ इन्स्टिट्युटहरू यताउति खोलेर होइन कस्तो
It's a good thing you're talking about driving as well. Drivers, they make a lot of money as well. Even for the evening classes, we could start running some driving classes. First Hungarian language and then driving. Drivers, they make quite handsome money all over Europe.
International license also.
Yeah, we provide the international license, so it's a good opportunity.
And I'm an international license holder.
Wow.
From California.
It's accepted everywhere.
Yes.
B category, what which categories?
A, B.
A, B, C, D, E, F. Very nice. Very good.
This one is my international driving
Wow,
license.
congratulations. Motorcycle passenger car, vehicle over 4,600 kilograms. So you can actually drive bigger.
Bigger van also. I can be a Uber driver.
Over 8 seats. BCD. Oh yeah, BCD, light trailer. I see. Very nice. Congratulations for Mr. Prashant to have international license.
त्यही आफूसँग भएको स्किलहरू नै यसरी गर्ने हो के वर्ल्डमा काम लाग्ने भनेको यस्तै चिज हो आफूसँग भएको हो एकाडेमिक डिग्रीहरू भनेको तपाईँले त्यहाँको भोकेसनल डिग्री लिए पनि भोलि ल मलाई आइटीमा मास्टर्स गर्न मन लाग्यो भने पार्ट टाइम गर्न पाइन्छ कि कमाएपछि पैसा भएपछि मान्छेलाई के खर्च गर्न गाह्रो छ छैन नि त पहिला पैसा आउने सोर्सेस चाहिँ हुनु पर्यो That's why I travel all the way I drive, from Poland to Germany to Austria to,
Very good.
And I love driving.
Very good. Very
European
good.
roads.
European roads are good. Really good. Really good. Really good. Absolutely. Thank you very much.
साँच्चै भाइ बहिनीहरू है मलाई चाहिँ मैले गर्न नपाएको चिज हजुरहरूले अब नयाँ तरिकाले गर्दाखेरि राम्रो हुन्छ क्या भोलि स्किल भएर कतै जानु र अन्यमा जानुमा फरक पर्छ इभन अब हामीलाई यहाँ कुचो लाउन अब सामान्य काम पनि हामीलाई आउँदैन कि अब भोलि तपाईँ हङ्गेरी गएर डिसवासरकै काम गर्नु पर्यो भने तपाईँलाई 1 हप्ता ट्रेनिङ दिनुपर्छ
And do not expect big changes in about 6, 7, 8 months. Not going to happen. It's long term. Our relationship is long term as well. Do not accept to change your life in a few months' time. Not at all. What you do is you do the worst for yourself if you change early. You will skip yourself a good part of your life, which could help you to actually have a full lifetime of success. So please think about it. It's important. It's your future, and not all the companies, not all the colleges are providing you the same. This idea is coming from my care. I take care of the people. But if somebody doesn't let you to take care, the door is open, you can go, But I think this program is helping you to be a better person for future, to be a more knowledgeable person for future, and to be a more secure person in terms of financials and emotions and relations. Because this program and our relation will teach you to behave to other people better as well. Yeah. I don't know, Mr. Prashant, do we have anything to add to this? Anything more?
This kind of, a part-time job, it is only possible because Janos, he owns a recruitment company. Only this program he can only introduce because itself he's recruiting so many employees.
At the moment,
yes.
Yeah, we have near about 500 positions at the
Yes,
moment.
position. That's the reason. After doing these courses, you don't have to search for job because
No.
easily we can.
Some of your part-time employers will become your training places as well. So if you are very lucky, your part-time job, if you are going to be a waitress or waiter, your part-time job more likely will be in a hotel. So you will actually learn and make money from the hotel. And for the 2 years of apprenticeship, you will stay in the hotel as well. So more likely it's going to be the same place. If not, then we actually replace you to a designated employer after the 2 years of studies, which is related to your studies. This employer will be related to your studies.
राम्रै हो यो खालको अपर्च्युनिटी अब नेपाल गभर्मेन्टकै इनिसिएटिभ त छ नि सिटिबिटी हाम्रो त्यत्रो छ अहिले त्यत्रो कोर्स चलाउँछ हो त्यसको इन्टेन्सन पनि त्यही थियो क्या मान्छे भोलि पढाइसकेपछि एउटा सेल्फ इन्टरप्रेनर एउटा स्वरोजगार भएर आफ्नो गर्न सक्ने भन्ने उद्देश्यले त हामी डेभलपिङ कन्ट्रिज इन आवर नेपाल अल्सो वी हेभ आवर गभर्मेन्ट हेभ स्पेसल सेन्ट्रल CTEVT Central Education Vocational Training we have a government body their aim is to make a self entrepreneur. So European Union is offering this kind of opportunity. Obviously, it's good to explore in European market for better life, better
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think we're going to end up in the next few minutes. So I will just wanna. This is the booklet. You will get this booklet via PDF.
We have PDF copies.
But I would like to give you a couple of highlights on this. For example, if you go to the embassy for interview, you can talk about the College history, how old is it, how many designated places they had. Now we have only one branch in Budapest. We want to reopen the 8 branches in future again because of the governmental support. Most of the students were Hungarian and they were supported by the government. They were not self-payment students, and we had cuts on the governmental support. But at the moment, we also would like to thank you very much for the water. Thank you. Sorry. So the governmental supports were actually cut from the government. So we have only one place in Budapest at the moment, but we want to reopen the remaining places for September again. So you can study this and you can give information to your interview in person. This is the current state of the college. You can say what is it, how many students are there at the moment, or how many capacity, general information. It's important if you want to tell your interview in person that yes, this is the problem in the Hungarian market. There is a lot of vocational jobs available. You can always tell them about this. And major reasons why Hungary has more and more vocational vacancies. You can talk about this as well. Hungarian people, mainly vocational professionals, have mass immigrated to Europe countries for the past 15 years because obviously the salary started to raise in 2015. You see that from 2015 upwards. But the past 15 years, the trend was the unimmigrated and we have no vocationals. More and more students are choosing higher education rather than vocational education. Demographical issues, less people is born, more die. That's true. The Hungarian families, they don't bear more than, I think it's going to be battery issue, is it? Yeah, probably, I don't know, maybe it was connection problem. You see, so demographical issues, yeah, families in Hungary, they only take one child because, you know, they're feeling secure with one child. And that way the population is not increasing, so we don't have enough people to sustain the population and sustain this system. I think we can change this. New generation is getting more and more comfortable and avoid physical or semi-physical activities in the working environment. That is also a big factor. These are the salaries, we talked about it. You can also study that again. Handful of vocational traders who have the market were able to ask nearly any price for their job. Very important. Why? You know, if I'm a carpenter, I know in that area there is not many carpenters. I can ask higher for the price if I'm self-employed. But of course, I don't want to be an a-hole to ask too much money for it. But you know, this way you are actually determining your price. You have your price list and you work by that. For example, if you are any construction professional, if you are doing refurbishment in a house, let's say you're doing floors, you're doing painting, you're doing electrician job, and etc. It's a complex job. What we will be doing as a business person or self-employed person, you measuring how many square meters, square foot, then you have a price for that. You measure how many square meters is your painting, you give a price for that. Cables, whatever you use, price for that. Pricing, you will learn how to do pricing. And you will, and according to the normal Hungarian market price, of course. Because if you're too expensive, they want to choose someone else. They wait for more for the other person to come if you're too expensive.